Hey guys, Daniel from Flooring Pros Marketing here, and I wanted to first start off by congratulating you for taking a step towards making your business better by downloading this ultimate internet marketing checklist for flooring and carpet contractors. The reason is, if you implement the things that we have on here, your business is going to do better. You're going to get more traffic, you're going to have a better online presence, and you're going to get more business coming to you. So that's what we want to help you here with. So I wanted to film this video just to go over the concepts here to make sure they really sink in, because this is important. And like I said, you take action on these and your website will do better. Your online marketing will do better. Your SEO will do better, and you're going to get more phone calls and leads coming into your flooring business. And that's what we're here for. So without further ado, let's jump into it. First thing that we always start with is to make sure that your website is optimized for conversions. Now, what is that? Why does that matter? If you're generating leads, especially if you're paying for leads, if you're paying for calls, if you're paying for Google ads, you're paying for Facebook ads, you're paying Angie's List, you're paying Yellow Pages, something like that. If your website is not set up to convert that traffic that you're already paying for, you're losing out on a lot of potential there. So we want to make sure you have the phone number in the top right corner of every page, right? People look for that phone number on a desktop. You want to make sure it's clickable on a mobile device, right? That's really important. I can't tell you how many times I've still seen websites with non-clickable phone numbers, and it just drives me nuts, right? Are you using authentic images, videos, or photos of the owners, your trucks, your photos of your team, or are you using stock photos? If you're using stock photos, stop using stock photos. Why? Because people just don't trust them. They trust real people. They trust real businesses. They want to see authentic business, and they want to work with authentic people, right? So if you're using stock images, scrap them for real stuff. Take your camera, take your phone to the next project, show your before and after, show your team, show people at work. That's what people want to see, and that's what's going to convert. Now, do you have compelling call to action after every block of text, right? So what does that mean? Your page is going to be split up into different sections, and each section is going to tell a different story. Maybe this one's about the challenges that people would face deciding on a flooring contractor. Or maybe this one will talk about the benefits of vinyl planks flooring, right? So people might be compelled or might be interested in becoming a lead at different points on a page, and you don't want to make it hard for them to decide, oh, I'm ready now to become a lead. Where do I become a lead? Do I have to scroll all the way up? Do I scroll down? That's why having multiple calls to action throughout the page is a really good idea, because they don't have to go far to convert into becoming a lead. Are you giving customers the option to engage via chat or two-way text? This is becoming really a big thing these days. Having someone on the other line that they can talk to immediately, and it's not a robot, right? Is your website mobile friendly with an easy click to call button? So we talked about that earlier, about the click to call, but mobile friendly. Are the images fitted properly? Is the text the right size, or is it too small, or is it too big? Google really, now these days, it won't even index sites that are not mobile friendly, that are not mobile first. Google is completely now mobile first. So if your site is not set up for the mobile search engine, you're losing out, and you're just not going to rank. Is your website fast loading on desktop and mobile? A lot of people just focus on one, but they forget about the other. Again, this is a huge signal for Google when they're ranking you, and it's also a signal for users. When was the last time you waited longer than 4 or 5 seconds for a website to load? Chances are you don't, and neither would your potential customers. So if they're coming to your site and they have to wait for things to load before they can read, before they can get in touch, you're losing them. They're bouncing back to Google, they're bouncing back from where they came from, and they're going to find someone else, right? Now, is your website optimized for search engine rankings? So this is a couple SEO tips here that are just really, really important to follow, and really easy to take advantage of on your own, right? So do you have pages for each of your core services, right? So if you want to rank for specific keywords, if you offer 10 different flooring services, you do refinishing, you do installation, you do retail, you do you sell hardwood, you sell vinyl, you sell tiles, all these types of flooring, and you do all this, and you want to make sure that you show up for all that stuff, not just flooring in your city, not just flooring contractor in your city, but all of those individual products and service pages as well. You need to make sure that you have a page for each of those. That's the first thing. Next, you want to make sure that each of those pages is optimized for those keywords. So do you have your main keyword in the title tag on every page of your website? So it has to be the main keyword tag on that page. So not the main keyword on each page of your website, but the main keyword on that page. Is a page optimized for that, right? So you want to have city name, flooring contractor, your company name. So that would be for the home page, right? And if you want to do flooring refinishing, city name, flooring refinishing, and then your company name for the flooring refinishing page, right? Now, do you have pages for each of the sub-cities and neighborhoods that you service? This is really important. People always say, well, do I really need them? Yeah, you really do, because it provides Google context. Google is looking for context. It's an algorithm. It's a robot that's crawling the internet. It's looking for context. If you have pages dedicated for each of the sub-areas and the services that you serve, it's going to start showing you more and more in the search engines in those services. It's going to expand your map rankings, which I'll get into in a second. And it's going to just help you expand your reach in the search engine results. Do you have pages for the brands that you service? So people are looking for particular brands, and believe me, they are searching for that. Do you have pages set up for that, right? Does your website come up? Do you even know if you come up when you search for flooring in your city? Have you done this recently? And if you do, awesome. You're doing a great job. If you don't, if you're on the bottom of page 1 or not even on page 1 at all, that means the other people who are there are taking advantage of Google traffic. They're getting the calls, they're getting the traffic, they're getting the leads, and I know that you want them over them. Otherwise, you wouldn't be downloading this guide right now. So, finally, are you consistently creating new content or blogging or creating new inbound links back to your website? This is really important. This is kind of signals and relevance. This is what Google looks for. So are you creating new blog content that's about the services that we talked about? So for every service that you want to rank for, do you have a few blog posts that are about that are linking back to that service page? Are you doing that on a regular basis? Are you creating new content? Are you adding new service pages? Are you doing new projects on a regular basis? Are you adding to your site that's adding value to the user? That's what really Google wants to see. The more valuable content that is relevant that you add to your site, the more authoritative your site becomes in that niche in your local area, and that is how you're going to start ranking. So that is organic SEO stuff. Let's talk about the Google Maps. Now, you know what the Google Maps are. You're on your phone. You're doing a search for flooring contractor near me. Up pops a couple of flooring contractors. Sometimes it really is based on proximity, who is located closest to me right now. But sometimes, if you do it right, you can show up whether you're on the south side of the city and you're located in the north side. You know, you can show up across town, right? You can, if you do it right, you can absolutely dominate the maps and show up throughout the whole city, right? So how do you do this? First of all, you can't do it without even having a Google My Business profile or listing. So do you have one? Have you claimed it? Have you verified it? Have you optimized it? Optimizing it means making sure it's fully filled out, making sure you have relevant images, you have your services, your products, you have a description, you talk about the areas you serve, you post to Google My Business regularly. We do this weekly. And you respond to questions. You add your questions and answers. You respond to reviews. Are you generating reviews? You know, how many reviews do you have? If the competition has a lot and you don't have that many, start getting more. And do you have even a strategy for getting them? Do you have a tool that makes it easy for your guys when you're finishing up a job to say, hey, do you mind leaving a review? It's really easy. I can just text it to you. If not, you need to do that, because that's going to all help increase your map rankings. Combined with what we talked about with those suburb pages and those location pages, it's going to be an awesome strategy that's just going to work like magic, and eventually your business is going to start expanding its reach in the local maps, and that means more traffic to your website, more phone calls, and more business to you. So we talked about organic stuff. Let's talk about paid ads, right? Are you taking advantage of paid online marketing? Are you running Google ads, Google search ads? Are you running Google local service ads? That's the stuff that says Google guaranteed at the top with a maxed out budget. You know, this is really important. Google guarantees leads for these types of ads. So are you taking advantage of them? Are you doing retargeting ads? So retargeting ads are people that, you know, are shown to people who have visited particular pages of your site or your website or interacted with your brand online that have not become leads. So you know we can target people who have read 10 minutes of this page, but they never decided to call, they never became a lead. We can target specifically those people to make sure that they are shown your ads time and time again until they do become a lead. So like I said, are you running Google ads, display ads, search ads? Are you running targeted ads on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn? Are you targeting specific demographics, specific people, specific neighborhoods with these ads? Paid ads are awesome because of the specific targeting that we're able to do. You can target wealthy homeowners in a particular location. You can target mothers who are stay-at-home mothers. You can target people who like fashion, or people who like home improvement. They things like that. So we can really narrow in on who we're targeting, which makes it that much better to get your message across to the right people. Now, the last things here are you taking advantage of sites that already have traffic, like Angie's List, Home Advisor, City Search, Yellow Pages, eLocal, Thumbtack, things like that. If they're already showing up in search rankings and people are already trusting them and they're already going to those sites, it's probably a good idea to either do pay-per-lead services from them or buy premium ad space on those sites because they are already generating that click. So if you see something that's already generating a click, are you calling them up? Are you talking to a rep and saying, yeah, I'll pay another $100 a month to make sure that I'm at the top because I know that that page is getting traffic and I want to take advantage of that. A few more things. Are you active on social media? So social media these days, that's what people look for. That's what they go to for credibility. They're checking their Facebook, they're checking their Twitter, they're checking their LinkedIn, their YouTube, their Instagram. So are you active on it? Are you putting your best foot forward? Are you getting engagement on your posts? This all helps your SEO as well. Are you updating your social profiles on a consistent basis? Are you sharing relevant content? Are you sharing your wins? Are you sharing your projects, your before and afters? People really want to see that. They want to see that transformation. Nowadays, if they see a really nice flooring job on Instagram, guess who they're going to call? They're going to call you because they saw that you can do it already, right? It builds that credibility, it builds that trust, and it helps generate more business for you guys. So are you guys doing that? Are you leveraging email marketing and marketing automation? This is really powerful. This is huge, and not many companies are doing it. So what is it first? First of all, email automation, marketing automation is setting up automated touch points to get in touch with leads after they become a lead but they haven't converted. So if someone comes to your site and they fill out a form requesting a quote, or if they download a guide about different types of flooring for different types of homes, they're interested, but they haven't called you yet. They haven't booked something yet. They haven't given you their credit card yet, right? They haven't actually converted yet. So some people need a little bit of nurturing. Some people are busy, a lot of people are busy, and some people just not the right time. So what we do is we set up automated campaigns and touches that consist of phone calls, SMS messages, emails to people who haven't converted after they've requested more information. So we basically follow up with them until they book their service call or get an estimate. Now, do you have a database with your customers' email addresses, and are you doing anything with it? Are you sending out monthly email newsletters? If not, that's a really important thing to do, because sometimes people joined your list a few years ago when they were thinking about it, they forgot about it, and now, you know what, they're ready for it, but if you're not on top of mind, you're not going to get the job. And are you leveraging email to get online review to draw customers into your social media profiles? So if you have people already on your list, or you have just finished that job, are you leveraging those automated platforms and emails to ask people for reviews? Because the more reviews you're going to get, the more people are going to see those reviews and the more business you're going to bring in as well. Finally, the last thing here, what's really important from all of this is, do you have the right tracking in place to gauge your ROI? So do you have Google Analytics? Do you have keyword ranking tracking? Do you have call tracking? Do you have a dashboard showing you the cost per lead, or the total spend projected in ROI? You spend and projected ROI, right? Do you have a system to track the leads and their source and the revenue that's bringing into you? Now, digital marketing is so powerful compared to the other forms of marketing, traditional marketing, because you are able to track this stuff. If you have this set up properly, you can understand for every dollar you spent in digital marketing A or B or C, you brought in this much from this avenue, this much from this avenue, and this much from this avenue. So it really allows you to determine, okay, you know what? This makes sense. I am spending spending a few $1,000s a month on advertising, but it's bringing in $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 in jobs. You are really able to track and determine your ROI here, and that is huge. And it is really awesome to see what channels and what marketing activities are bringing in those results. Now, if you do all of this together, guaranteed your results are going to be the most maximum, right? It's a holistic marketing, digital marketing approach. If you do all this stuff, you have your SEO, you have your paid ads, you have your email marketing, you have your tracking, you have your social media. Doing this all together will work, but you do not need to do all of this at once. Now, something like this, if we were to do it for you, would be spread out over a year or two. We would start generating some buzz with paid ads, and then work on your SEO and your website and things like that, right? So you do not need to do all of this at once. Focus on one or two things at a time, wait for them to kick in, and then move on to the next. Okay? So know that this is a lot, but this is the ultimate guide for getting your flooring business and flooring website ranked in the Google search engines, generating online traffic from paid ads, social media, and taking advantage of email marketing and nurturing. So, of course, I want you to take action yourself. But if you did want to book a strategy call to talk to me about how we can help you implement this strategy, and maximize your online lead flow, feel free to call us anytime. I'd be happy to talk. Or book a strategy call online there at flooringprosmarketing.com/strategy-call and pick a time that works best for you. We would love to chat about how we can help your flooring or carpeting business generate more buzz online, more traffic, more consistent leads, and ultimately grow your business. And looking forward to chatting with you. Cheers.